The Amazing Spider-Man is undoubtedly one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. And after 2 different iterations of the wall crawler having been portrayed on the big screen, Peter Parker was finally able to web-sling his way back home to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But what if both Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man were to ever appear alongside Tom Holland? I mean, it hasn't been confirmed that it would happen, but then again, the idea was never really explicitly shot down.
Or maybe it was, I don't know. Why trust me, am I right?
If you just found this video through your recommended feed and have no clue what I'm talking about, basically the SpiderVerse is where multiple Spider-Men coexist in one universe. You got your 2099, your Spider-Gwen, Noir, 1602, Power Rangers, Weeaboo? Swine? Oh, not like this. And that's why we're just talking about the Maguire and Garfield ones. So yeah, here's how a Spider-Verse could work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So my first idea of how Marvel could make this work is with the intervention of Doctor Strange. Stephen Strange, as shown in his very own standalone film, is well known as the Sorcerer Supreme. Oh yeah, spoilers for the movie Doctor Strange, by the way. Throughout the film, we are taken through a somewhat acid trip-like adventure across the multiverse within the MCU. And dude, that thing wasn't just trippy, it was terrifying. Within that short segment, we saw the Dark Dimension, some cotton candy, and origami glass. And within several of these dimensions, there could exist a parallel universe, where Maguire's and Garfield's Spider-Man exist, and then some glorious plot hole involving Doctor Strange screwing up a spell or something has the two just get thrown into the main universe. If that doesn't work because the filmmakers couldn't seem to afford actor Benedict Cumberbatch to be on the same screen as Spider-Man, then they could play around with the powers of the Ether. The Ether is one of the 6 Infinity Stones that grants the user immense power. It was originally thought to be the Power Gem because of the enhancement in strength it gives its user, but it was then later confirmed by head director Kevin Feige that it was in fact the Reality Stone. We have seen this thing used before in Thor: The Dark World when Santa's brother got his hands on it. He was able to realign the 9 realms and regenerate his lost limbs or something.
I don't really remember, fam.
The scriptwriters can add some tweaks onto the stone's powers, giving it the ability to open portals to different realities and parallel universes where, again, Maguire's Spider-Man and Garfield's Spider-Man are. This is all assuming, though, that the Infinity Stones aren't destroyed or lost or anything after the events of Infinity War. Thanos is supposedly supposed to get together all of the Infinity Stones and kill everyone for more sex appeal because he's turned on by death. Or hella, I guess. I don't know how they're gonna make this work in live action.
It honestly just really creeped me out.
If the Ether is destroyed or lost, then this wouldn't work. The third way Marvel could approach this is through a Clone Saga-like film. In the original source material, the Clone Saga arc involves exactly what the name suggests: clones. I think there was a Smeagol involved falling in love with a dead corpse.
I could be wrong.
Essentially, a clone of Spider-Man is created by a golem. Something similar can happen here, where some sort of DNA duplication thing works. The 3 encounter one another, each believing that he is the true Peter Parker and the others are imposters, and then battle it out. Then in the end, it can be revealed that Maguire is actually the Ben Reilly clone, and Garfield is the Kane Parker clone. The thing with this theory, though, is that even though it's Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield under the mask, they won't really be the old Spider-Man we saw in those previous movies. In the original Raimi trilogy and Mark Webb series, Peter Parker had been Spider-Man for well over a year, if not years. While in this idea, they would have to have been Spidey for just a few days or so. So if anything, if this were to ever go into fruition, then you wouldn't really need Maguire and Garfield for this project. Adding them in this would just be entirely for the purpose of fan service. Unless of course that's the intention Marvel has, then
by all means, go for it, my dude.
One last way I could think of that Marvel could go about it is by drawing some inspiration from the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions storyline. Shattered Dimensions was a video game with a storyline that involved uniting 4 Spider-Men: 2099, Noir, Ultimate, and Amazing, from different universes. This is probably the theory that I favor the most. Oh yeah, and spoiler alert for the game if you actually care about that sort of thing. In the arc, the Tablet of Order and Chaos is broken into pieces, causing imbalance and bringing chaos to the multiverse. And then Old Fishbowl seeks to gather them for immense power because, you know,
plot.
So the Spider-Men from different realities have to band together and stop Mysterio and bring order back to the multiverse. This could easily fit into the MCU, as we've already been introduced to the multiverse in Doctor Strange. But then again, they wouldn't be the Spider-Men we knew. One would be Ultimate, another 2099, or not. They could just rewrite the roles so that they're just Peter Parkers that look different. So yeah, those are the 4 ways that I could think of how Marvel could do this whole Spider-Verse thing. And if Marvel just wanted to include Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the MCU, just for the sake of fan service, here are an additional 10 ways a cameo from them could work. Number 10. We've seen a bunch of cameos from other Avengers in the first Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. One of Dr. Bruce Banner, and one of Parker's high school's portraits. One of Howard Stark faded into the walls of the school's hallways. And probably some other stuff. So Maguire could be like a famous scientist or wizard or something, and Garfield could be an actual Garfield. Or maybe he could be like a popular kid in the yearbook. I don't know, I'm really stretching this one out, I'm not gonna lie. Number 9. If the portraits don't make it through the idea room, then simply have Garfield and Maguire as teachers in the hallway, having a convo with janitor Stanley about some spilled milk in a classroom. Number 8. Have the two of them be saved by Tom Holland's Spider-Man from falling debris. Number 7. Have the two of them, as employees of a local Sony building, be rescued by Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Number 6. Have the two of them, as employees of a local Sony building, be rescued alongside with Stan Lee by Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Number 5. Pay homage to the amazing film that is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 by having Maguire and Garfield in a cringy YouTube fan film video on a channel with just 2 subscribers. Number 4. Okay, so Garfield lives on the same apartment floor as Holland's Parker.
This is still a what if scenario, as all the rest. Just bear with me here.
And then one day, Holland walks right by Garfield's door as Garfield just about opens the door for the pizza delivery guy. And as it turns out, Maguire is that guy and says,
"Pizza time."
And then Garfield can do his little 420 Blaze It voice.
What?
Number 3. Have either Maguire or Garfield be in a photo with a young Aunt May as a young Uncle Ben. Number 2. During Spider-Man's battle with the Vulture, or whatever villain they'll use in the future, Maguire is shown listening to some peaceful music as he does his glorious iconic strut from Spider-Man 3. And after the tragedy, many people are shown injured with Andrew Garfield crying over a blonde girl who looks a lot like Emma Stone. Number 1. Have Peter visit the local mall with Maguire dressed up as a fake Spider-Man for photo ops, like those stocky Santa Clauses you see at your local mall. And for Garfield, I don't know, maybe he could be a supermodel on posters to the side, I don't know, man. Alright, so those were 20...
No, wait, that wasn't it either.
So those were several ways a SpiderVerse and or a Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield cameo could work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Do you have any ideas that could happen that I haven't mentioned yet? Better yet, do you actually want to see this happen in the MCU? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you sincerely liked this video, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, consider following me on my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram accounts. And for more of my videos, just click right here.